If you're catching this part, you're probably catching the replay, so go ahead and comment replay down below. I'm gonna wait for a few people to hop on here. Been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, so hopefully I can pull it together for our live this week. Make sure as you hop on, you say hello. Hopefully my comments are working this week. Yes, they are. Hi, Mom. This lighting is weird. There we go. That's better. Alrighty. Hopefully people can hop on. I know the Ohio State game is on at 8 today, so that's going to have me keep it short and sweet, which was already my intention for this week anyways. Last week, I wanted to get your guys' minds, hi Lynn, really thinking about the direction you want to go with this business. We all know that mindset is literally everything in anything that you do. So that's why that first week I wanted to really dig deep and get you guys thinking. I had a couple of people reach out to me and tell me that that was super helpful. So that makes me really happy that at least some of you guys got something out of it. And hopefully it just got your wheels turning, got your mind right. This session is going to be a little more, I don't know, black and white, dry. It's kind of dry material. There's not really a whole lot that I can do to spice it up. I don't know everything there is to know about social media by any stretch of the imagination. So what I did was I took some of the stuff that's worked for me, and then I did some YouTube videos, took a couple ideas from people that are in our company, so that are in Cincy, and what they have to recommend. And then I actually went out even a little bit further and I looked at videos for other direct sales companies, and then I'm going to talk a lot about attraction marketing. So that's a lot of people outside of Cincy as well. So I wanted to give you some insight from Cincy people and then some insight from people that are in Cincy. So if you are on, make sure you say hello. Just a reminder, videos are a requirement of the course. Not to be mean, but just to make sure that we all are staying on task. If you don't do the activities, hi Robin, you really aren't getting everything that you can get out of it. And that's what I want. You guys are investing time into this and you might as well give 110%, otherwise what's the point in even giving time? So make sure you're watching the videos, you're doing the homework. There's going to be a few more activities this week, like throughout the week, that I'm going to ask you guys to participate in. So please, please, please make sure you're doing that. If you don't know if there's been an update on the page, make sure your notifications are on for this page specifically. And then you can come back here every night and just check and make sure there's been no new posts. Just a reminder, having you guys post throughout the week is super helpful for me. Sharing ideas between all of you is really, really helpful. So there are tons of resources on social media. So each and every one of you should have something to share this week in this group. So please, please, please post throughout the week, okay? All right, so again, gonna be a little more dry this week. I apologize, but these are just some things that I've collected that I feel like have worked for me. That does not mean that they're going to work for you, and things that work for you may not work for me. So it is definitely per individual on what works, so just keep that in mind too. I do recommend having a pen and a piece of paper ready, just because there's going to be some facts that I'm going to write out that may be helpful. So go ahead and grab that if you don't have that ready. Start off by just saying, I don't know everything. So if you have something to share that's really worked for you, please share. This is all about group effort, not just me teaching, okay? So let's all teach each other. If you have something, please share. So fun fact, it can take someone up to 9 times to see or hear something before they act. So 9 times that it will take someone to see your post about Cincy Club before they may ask a question about it. But then remember that even though you've posted 9 times in your group, not everyone sees every single one of your posts. So that's why consistency is key. And I love that phrase. I overuse that phrase, but that is truly the core of your business, and that is how to be successful. If you asked me one way to be successful, it would be consistency. All day, every day, no matter what it is, you have to be consistent at it. So if you want to get good at social media, which we are definitely in the day and age of social media, you have to be consistent with it. Point blank, simple as that. So if you take nothing else out of this video, consistency. That is what is important. No matter what you do, you have to do it consistently. So that really is important whenever you're thinking of social media, because so many of us say, oh, I'm not going to post that again. I'm going to annoy people. Oh, I don't want to be salesy. I love that word, Lynn. Oh, I don't want to annoy them. No, you have to be consistent. Being consistent in your social media game can literally make or break your business. I have seen it break someone's business. They're not consistent in their VIP page. They never share Cincy on their personal page. They never go on stories, and then they wonder why they have 0 PRV. 0. If you're currently sitting at 0 PRV, I want you to reflect on how much you have posted on social media overall, in your VIP page, on your personal page, on your stories, whatever. How many times have you posted this month? It is January 11th. So you easily should have at least posted once a day. So you should have 11 posts already for this month, whether that be VIP page, whatever. You should always post at least once a day, because again, not everyone is going to see every single one of your posts. So don't let the consistency and the ability, you literally have the ability to schedule your posts in your VIP page. So I don't care how busy you are, you have an hour on the weekend, throughout the week, to schedule your posts for that week. It literally could take you an hour. And if you don't know how to schedule posts in Facebook groups, go on YouTube, find a video. I have a resource on the Boss Babes page on how you can schedule your posts. There is no reason that you cannot be consistent in scheduling and posting at least once a day on social media. So if you're not already doing that, that's your first task. You've got to get consistent at posting every single day. You have to show up. Point blank. You have to show up. So if you don't already schedule your posts, tonight or tomorrow, you need to go through and schedule your posts for the rest of the week. No matter what it is, you can plan it out. You can do, Tip Tuesday, Wax Wednesday, Thrifty Thursday, any of that stuff. You can find ideas on Pinterest. You should never run out of ideas to post, because there's so many Facebook groups that give you ideas and so many things on Pinterest. Okay? So, again, social media can really make or break your business. It could absolutely be the foundation of your business, because it is on mine. So I would say about 85% of my business, hi guys, is on social media. I run definitely 85% of my business through my Facebook VIP page. People know that I show up there at least once a day to post something Cincy related. And if I don't, they're messaging me making sure I'm okay, because they know I'm gonna show up. And especially in VIP pages, because people accept that invite to be in their VIP page, so they know that there's gonna be Cincy stuff posted in there frequently. And if they don't like it, they can leave. Do you really want a customer that gets annoyed by you trying to promote your business? No. So don't feel annoying whenever you're posting in that group. Don't feel salesy. I mean, there's definitely a right and a wrong way to do it, but don't feel like you're annoying those people because they accepted that invitation knowing that Cincy stuff was going to be posted. Now, can you throw in fun little games, fun little personal quotes, fun whatever? Absolutely. But they accepted that invitation knowing that that's what was going to be in there. I've got to pick it up. Okay, so why is social media so important? It is literally a free platform for you to market your business to family, friends, and strangers. Free. You don't have to pay for it. You literally can market your business for free. And everyone, I mean almost everyone, is on social media. So your customer base is huge. If you say that you have no customers, that you have no one to reach out to, you're wrong. Because you have all of your Facebook friends, all of your Instagram followers, all of that. Okay? So another really important thing to remember with social media is that people are buying from you. They're not just buying from Cincy. So as I go through some of this stuff, keep that in mind. So why would they want to buy from you? We kind of talked about this last week. So they could go on Cincy.com and put in an order, and Cincy would match them with the closest consultant to them, location-wise. So why do they keep coming back to you? Carry that into your social media. What What that means whenever they buy from you, not just Cincy, is that they know, like, and trust you. How do perfect strangers get to know, like, and trust you? You have customers that you meet through Facebook parties. You have referrals. You have people that get added to your VIP page that accept it. They begin to know, like, and trust you through your social media. I have never met probably 50% of the people on my VIP page, maybe even more than that. So how do they even know that they can trust me to order from me? Because I show up every day, because I'm constantly sharing Cincy, because I'm professional. So all of that stuff starts at social media. You want people to gravitate towards you. So how are they going to know, like, and trust you and gravitate towards you if they don't know you? Things that are important. Putting your face out there. You have to put your face out there. You cannot use, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute, white background images and quotes and posts from your workstation and expect people to think that it's genuine. Put your face, take a picture with a warmer. Take a picture with your face with your wax bars. Make your own captions. You can absolutely copy and paste anything that I have. I've always said that. But you want to remember that people know you. And if it doesn't sound like you and it sounds like me, they're going to know that. So that's how people get to know, like, and trust you, when they know that there's a real person on the other side of that. Share with them what Cincy's doing for you. Why do they want to support you? Of course, always attach the income disclosure statement, but for example, I really want to pay another semester of school in cash. So I think I'm going to share on my VIP page that all orders from, like, the beginning of this year on, that's what it's going towards. Of course, attach income disclosure, always, always, always. If you're questioning whether or not to attach it, if you post something on social media, just attach it. You can't go wrong by attaching it. And that can be found on your workstation. But if they know who and what they're supporting, they're gonna be more inclined to support you because you're a real person, because they know, like, and trust you. So share why they should support you. So just some do's and don'ts. Don't post marketing images. So if you don't have a product, don't go on Workstation under the marketing tab and just copy and paste a white background image into your VIP groups. One, it's not very pretty and interactive. Like, it's just kind of blah. Two, it's not personable because it literally just looks like a marketing image that someone took from our back office. You can go on Pinterest. If you do not have a product but you want to showcase it, you can absolutely go on Pinterest and type in the warmer, type in whatever you're looking for, and people who have taken real life images will pop up. You can absolutely use those photos. If you know who took it, give them the photo credit. But people are going to be interested in pictures more if they're real life images. White background images are boring and it looks salesy. So you can Google it, you can Pinterest it, whatever. But if you have it and you can put your face with it, that's the best option. Anytime you can put your face with it, do it. If you can't, go on Pinterest, go on Google, and at least use a real life image. We have to steer away from white background images. Of course, we need sales, but we don't want to look like we need sales by being salesy. So using those real life images are going to catch people's attention. Another don't is a bunch of cussing. So, of course, I'm always going to advocate for you being yourself, and if you cuss like a sailor, that's totally fine. I don't have the cleanest mouth, but just watch what you're doing on social media, because at the end of the day, you are a business owner. So, you have a certain level of professionalism that people expect you to live up to. You can absolutely be real and raw and share your real struggles, but if you are constantly posting images, especially associated with Cincy stuff, and you're constantly cussing, if you saw, say, the owner, CEO of Hobby Lobby, of whatever, doing that on social media, it just doesn't look professional. And I get people have the argument of, well, that's who I am, and that's fine in moderation. But just remember that you still have to be professional because you do own a business. With that comes politics. So politics are hot right now. People want to talk about them. People want to share their opinions. You will rarely see me share mine. I do believe that everyone is entitled to their opinion, and I love, hang on one second, Robin, I'll answer that in a second. I love to have healthy debates about anything, so that can be politics included. However, there are absolutely people that will stop following you based on who you voted for. It's crazy. So just because people have different opinions than you, I don't think that that should mean that they shouldn't support you. However, that's the world that we live in nowadays, point blank. So just don't even give them the option to argue with you, to be negative with you, to be rude to you. Just don't post about it. Robin, do you mean with marketing images, like if they're posting them? If you do, answer that and I'll continue on because I know there's a delay. If that's what you mean, you can share with them. Just say, hey, I saw you posted a picture of the Stargaze warmer. Awesome job sharing it. But here's one that I found on Pinterest that's a real life image that I think would really catch customers' attention even more. Bad language. See, this is such a sticky topic because people get offended if you tell them what they're doing is incorrect. I can do a live training on it if it's someone in our group. And this, truthfully, that's okay, Julie, you go get ready for the Buckeyes. Truthfully, sometimes people have to learn the hard way, and that can be with politics or cussing or whatever. At the end of the day, we're all adults and we are independent business owners. So if that's how they choose to run their business, they have every right. We can't force people. You can give healthy suggestions, but they are adults, so that may be how they choose to run their business. And that's just something that we have to understand, accept, and move on. Probably wasn't the answer that you wanted, but you also have to take into account that they know what they're doing at the end of the day. I'm just telling you my opinion. I wouldn't do it. If you are on social media and you see a great post, say that I posted on my personal page, don't just click the share button. Don't share other people's Cincy posts. You can share if like Cincy posts something on social media and you want to share that, that's one thing, but do not share other consultants' posts. One, that's just a blatant thing to your customers saying, hey, I just copied what someone else shared. I was, too lazy to even copy and paste and repost the image. And if someone has their link tagged or whatever, your customer is going to click on that link. So just don't share other people's posts. Don't. No. There is a very fine line on social media between being real and being respectful and not being fake, but also being professional. So we all know that social media is a highlight reel. Everyone wants to share what good things are happening in their life. They never want to share their struggles because they don't want to look flawed, they don't want to look weak, they don't want to look stressed, whatever. So no matter who you are, myself included, I am so guilty of this. We all want to share what is happening in our life that's positive, which you absolutely should. But being too perfect, looking like you're too successful, can also steer people away too. And I know that from experience. People have said, I would join, but it looks like you work really hard and you've done a lot of big things and I don't think I could do that. So that's a flaw on my part because I'm making it look like this business is a lot of work, which we know it's not. That you have to be super, super successful to make big money, which we know that's not true. So whenever you're posting the highlight reels, think of how you could also make it relatable to the stay-at-home mom, to the person who just lost their job, to the college student. Make sure you're bringing it back to real life, because if you're constantly posting how successful you are and how great this business is, which you should, you also may be turning people away because they think that they can't do what you do. So remember to post real struggles and real things that are happening in your life too, because it makes you look like a real human and a real person with feelings, with struggles, because no one's perfect. On the flip side of that, everyone wants a happy life. I don't know anyone that wants to be sad and depressed and lonely. So if you are upbeat, happy, you know, really engaging on social media and people see that, they're gonna gravitate towards you. So whenever you're posting happy things, be happy. You absolutely are allowed to be happy when you go on your stories and share great things and share that, you know, you got X award or you got this or you got your biggest paycheck, because you're happy. People want that too. People crave that. And sometimes Scentsy is the vessel to get them to be happy. So whenever you're happy, absolutely be happy. But just remember that you have to share struggles too. Some do's. Share real life pictures. Someone said this and it really sunk into me. You go to Starbucks and you share your Starbucks drink. You share the little recipe card because you're like, this is great, everyone needs to try it. So share Scentsy like that. Share it as if you're helping someone have their life smell better. You're helping someone pay off debt. You're helping someone earn free vacations, free Scentsy, whatever. Share it like you would any other thing, because you have to share in a way that you would anything else in your life, or it doesn't seem genuine. So if you go on and you share your Starbucks drink or your new face wash that you're loving, share Scentsy in the same light. That's gonna look more sincere and less salesy. And again, show your face. So when you're sharing Scentsy, show your face. When you're sharing Starbucks, show your face. Even if you have zits all over your face because of masks, even if you have dark circles because you slept like 4 hours last night, share your face. And that's something I'm continuing to work on, so you guys have to hold me to be accountable to that too, because I like to only post when I have my hair and makeup done. On the same token, share things other than Scentsy. So again, share your Starbucks, share your new makeup, share whatever. Because then it looks like you really are out there to help people. And that's a big point that I want to make. People want to know what's in it for them. So if you're sharing it in the thought process that you want to help them better their life in some way, how Scentsy can better them, I like that. Instead of the phone eats first, it's the phone smells first. Absolutely. I love that. You need to post that on our page. Make sure you're sharing other stuff, because what I've done on the lighting. Hey, you know what? Let it be, because girlfriend, you've been showing your face so much, and proud moment. So proud of you for showing your face. So if she's got to correct your photo, let her, and then you can post. But if you're sharing other stuff, other tips and tricks, whenever you share your Scentsy, it doesn't seem as salesy, because people know that they can always go onto your stories and you're always gonna have tips and tricks for them to learn. So share stuff other than Scentsy. Reach out to people on social media for reasons other than Scentsy. So especially during times like this, that you know people are struggling, things have been hard, someone's been sick, you can absolutely message someone on Instagram and say, hey, I was just thinking about you, how's your family doing? Because you're building a relationship. You don't have to say, how's your family doing? Do you need a restock? Because if you're doing something right, when they see your name in their messages, even if it doesn't say Scentsy, even if it doesn't say what do you need, it says, how are you doing? I care about you. And they think, Liz, Scentsy, I need a 6-pack of wax. That's what you want. You want people to see your name and automatically associate Scentsy with it in a good way. That's weird, I don't know why. Make sure your guys' notifications are on for the group, because Facebook group notifications are automatically set to just highlights, and you probably got it the first time because it was the first live video. So everyone, after this video, your first task is to make sure your notifications are on for the group. Okay, I am only on page 2. I have to pick this up. Okay. So a big thing with social media, that's all kind of like little do's and don'ts of stuff that's gonna help you improve your game. But the biggest thing with social media is attraction marketing. So I took a snippet of notes. There are so many resources out there on attraction marketing, and you absolutely need to go on YouTube this week and watch at least one video on attraction marketing, okay? More to come on that. But what is attraction marketing? How many of you guys have never heard of attraction marketing? It's really big in direct sales. It's really big with social media. So attraction marketing means that people come to you. They come to you because they want to learn about you, about your business, about your product. You become like a magnet. You attract them, okay? So you do this by putting content out onto social media that attracts people to you. Okay? So write this down. When you're doing attraction marketing, you should do one of three things. So whenever you make a post, whenever you go on your stories, whenever you whatever, if you want to be good at attraction marketing, it's going to do one of these three things, or it may do all of them. It's going to entertain. So that's going to be like funny stories, something that happened to you. If they want to watch you, I don't know, do something silly, tell a story, whatever. That's entertaining to me. Educate. So educate is really, really big on, I just got a email that I earned an award with Cincy. What a perfect time. Guys, I swear it never gets any less exciting. Totally lost my train of thought. With educating. So this is going to be things like cotton cleanups. I swear we could do lives on cotton cleanups every day of the week and someone would learn. Someone would be like, wow, I've never seen those before. I've shared them every day since they came out, I swear, and I still have customers that are like, what's this giant thing in my box? Someone called it a wax tampon, and I think that's hilarious. So run with that idea. Then you're entertaining and educating. So stuff like that, education, how often you should change your wax, what our wax is, why Cincy's different, educate on the business plan, whatever. You're giving them some kind of information that they didn't know. So first was entertain, second was educate, and third is inspire. So inspire is really big for me. That's what I really want to build this year when I do attraction marketing, because I feel like there's not enough positive, uplifting, inspirational stuff on Instagram. That's where I do a lot of my stories, and which I'll talk about in a minute, but I feel like everything is so negative, it's so political, it's so how bad our world is. So if you could be the one light that someone watches during their stories, you are inspiring them. So entertain, educate, or inspire. When you're doing anything on social media, it should be completing one or more of those three things. However, when doing that, you want to attract the right people. So you don't want a bunch of negative people. You don't want a bunch of people that hate their house to smell good, because then you've done something wrong. In the end, what that means is you can't please everyone. So that's really hard too, because we are such a people-pleasing society. We want everyone to like us, we want to fit in with everyone, and we just can't. So you have to take what you want to do in those three realms and run with it. You just have to get good at that, and the right people will automatically navigate and be attracted towards you. When thinking about attraction marketing, this is what I was talking about. It's not about you. It's not. When you go on your stories and share, it's not about you. People could care less how much your paycheck was. Point blank. They could care less whatever you're sharing. They want to know what's in it for them. So, write this down. Tiny. T-I-N-Y. Their interest, not yours. It's kind of like a slap in the face, right? So whenever you're doing attraction marketing, those three things is all about their interest. What's in it for them? Okay? The biggest mistake that people can make on social media is making it all about them. Talking about themselves constantly, talking about what they want, talking about their needs, talking about whatever. It becomes naggy and it's self-centered. And at the end of the day, people will just ignore and scroll past it. They don't care. People are selfish. So they don't care as much about how much money you make off your business, but rather what you have to offer them. So they don't care how much money is getting deposited in your bank account. They want to know how much money you can get deposited in their bank account. And at the end of the day, we should be putting others before ourselves anyways. One of Cincy's core values, so that should be something that we're doing every single day. It's just a different perspective as we carry it into social media. People want to know, this is from one of the ladies that I was listening to who's not in Cincy. She said people want to know what your product does for them, not what it is. So they don't care that this is a clamshell with 8 cubes of wax made out of paraffin wax. What does it do for them? It's non-toxic. It makes their house smell great. It's never going to burn them. Once you center it around them and make it less about the box of a product, they're going to be more interested. People can get to know you and follow your journey and know that you sell Scentsy without you going on social media and saying, I sell Scentsy. If you need smell goods, let me know. I sell Scentsy. People can know. If you're good at social media, people will know that without you just coming out and saying it. Whenever you're having a conversation, it should come up naturally. And when it does, they become curious, and that's when you start to build that community. So that's the whole point of not sharing only Scentsy stuff, because that's coming out and saying, I sell Scentsy. Share other stuff, drop little snippets of Scentsy in, and it's going to happen naturally for you. We talked about having something other than Scentsy to identify as. And that's why we don't just post all Scentsy stuff, because we're more than just a Scentsy consultant. We're coffee lovers, we're dog lovers, we're PT students, whatever. So share that stuff too, because you're more than just a Scentsy consultant, so your social media should reflect that. Scentsy is a huge part of my life. I'm so thankful for it. It's the biggest blessing, but it's not all of me. So my social media should reflect that. I don't like Instagram accounts made specifically for like Scentsy, because it can't be really separated. Like, it's two separate accounts. For me, my Instagram account is me with Scentsy sprinkled in, because that's me in real life. So, something to think about. Okay, so those are just some snippets that other people had said. This is a big takeaway. And some of you guys messaged me about tips and tricks for certain platforms. You do not have to be present on every platform. You cannot be good and grow every single one of your platforms. So Lynn, I'm going to kind of get into, no, that's not a dumb question at all. I'm going to kind of get into that. I left it broad for a reason. So as I'm talking about this, you should be thinking about, like, what comes to mind for you when I say social media. So for me, whenever I'm thinking business-wise, it's my Facebook VIP group and it's my stories on Instagram, because these are my two main places that I use to promote my business on social media. But if you don't use social media actively all the time, don't try to do it all at once. You can't be good at all of them all at one time. So you need to pick one platform and be really good at it. So I grew my business off Facebook groups. I'm just now dipping my toe in the water on sprinkling Scentsy in on Instagram. Other consultants, 100% on Instagram, they never get on Facebook. So you have to know where your customers are and what you're good at. So if you feel like you need to grow in social media, pick one. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, that's another one that's huge that people are growing on. I cannot figure out TikTok to save my life. So that's just not in the cards for me right now. And I know that. So I'm not going to put effort into that right now, because I want to put effort into the places where my customers actively are and where I know I'm good at. Okay? So focus your energy on one and don't add another one until you have the results that you want. So if you want 85% of your business to be on social media, start with one. You can start with Facebook groups. And until 85% of your business is on social media, don't add Instagram. Start at one, get the results that you want, and then add another. Does that help, Lynn? I don't want to give you a cut and dry, this is social media, this is how you should do it, because there's not one box that fits every single person, fits every single business. Whichever one you choose, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you have to show up every single day. So that's why I like Facebook groups, because I can schedule those posts. If I have a long day of school, I can schedule that out and I don't have to remember to post that day. It's just not on the forefront of my mind. On Instagram, you have to remember, you can't schedule those posts that I know of. Maybe I'm wrong. Robin, I recommend private. One, it feels more exclusive, and two, there's trolls on the internet that will try to report you to compliance for things that you don't even know are out of compliance. So I recommend private. That's personal preference. I know several people have public ones. my recommendation is private. You should always stay in compliance, but I don't want people spending their day scrolling through my Facebook group trying to find a post that's out of compliance. And it feels special if it's private. So whichever one you choose, you're showing up every single day. Important thing here, treat your business like $1 million business. So for a lot of people, there's a very low cost of investment. If you joined with a $100 kit, $100 is a lot of money, I mean, to me at least. But in the scheme of things, it's a very low cost of investment with how much money you can make. Some direct sales are like $500, $1,000 to get starter kits. So in the big picture, when you consider no ceiling income, $100, $50, free, it's a very low cost of investment, and because of that, people don't treat it like a business. So you have to have the mentality that your business is $1 million business, and with that, you have to market it. So choose social media, which is a free platform. But if you don't think of your business as $1 million business and you don't post about it on social media, then you're not going to get the results that you want. As always, with anything, you're going to get out what you put in. So if you are putting in 1 post a week, you may get a couple orders a month. Because again, not everyone sees your posts. It takes people several times to see something before they act, and you're not consistently showing up, so people really question if you're serious. If you want people to take you seriously on social media, you have to show up every day, even if it's a scheduled post. Even if you really didn't post it and you're whatever, busy studying, at work, whatever, people still see that something is happening on your social media, so you show up consistently. A couple things, some little tidbit extras. I add, if I can, all of my customers to my personal Facebook. So I don't have like a bajillion friends, so I'm not even close to the max on that. So again, when they see me, they associate Cincy with me. So that way I can interact with their posts, I can comment on them, I can build that relationship, because we are in a relationship building business without being salesy. And then when they see my name pop up on social media, they're like, oh yeah, I need to message her because I need some wax. You should be liking, commenting, interacting with your customers' posts in a non-Cincy way. And don't just like, comment. Because whenever you comment on people's stuff, Facebook automatically makes it so you see each other's stuff more. So if you comment on their post, they're gonna see your post more because they associate you commenting as you guys wanna see each other's stuff. So build those genuine relationships. Don't go commenting on everyone's stuff just so you get better algorithms. Build genuine relationships with your customers, and they're going to know, like, and trust you. So you always wanna label your stuff. I don't want, like, you'd be like, oh, well, if they see them on social media, they'll just, you know, let me know that they need something. Always label your stuff so they still have a way to contact you. But you want to get so good that people just automatically associate you with Cincy. When they see you on social media, they just reach out to you because they need something. So still continue to label, but that's the end goal. Facebook algorithms are very silly. I've talked about this multiple times. They're continuously changing. So you want to make sure that you are liking, commenting, interacting as much as possible with your customer stuff so they continue to see. Okay, so big thing is stories. Stories nowadays are huge. So many people are using these in their businesses in many ways. Direct sales, like big corporate businesses, whatever. So I really want to hit on stories, and then I'm going to touch on a few apps, and then I'll wrap it up. I should be done in 15 minutes. I'm going to really try. Okay, so when you're using stories, you are getting to a whole audience of people that usually don't see your stuff. So when you post on your timeline or on your Instagram, not everyone's gonna see that. More people view stories than they scroll through the posts. So stories are always gonna be at the top. They're the little bubbles at the top on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so they can be little quick snippets, they can be pictures, they can be screenshots, they can be so many different things. I use my stories. I try to use them a lot. I'm not always the best at it, especially during the day, like during clinicals and stuff. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can follow me there and see some of the stuff I post on my stories. It's really cool because you can hop on, you can be you with no makeup, your hair a mess, and it's only there for 24 hours. So that's gonna be more of the real life marketing stuff. So really not hair done, not anything like that, which I'm working on. So think of your posts as more as like a highlight reel. And then your stories are more everyday, like, oh, hey, I'm sorting my wax. I forgot to tell you guys this wax, it smells so good. No worry, Jennifer. People are saying that they didn't get the notification, so sorry about that. Julie, you're so sweet. You're gonna be right there, sister. So that's why it's so important for stories, because again, you're showing your face. So people see it, people associate you with the product, and people see how you're interacting throughout the day. So whenever you're doing stories, just personal tip, I do mine on Instagram, because then I can connect my Facebook account. There's a little toggle switch at the bottom that I can say post on Facebook too. So I record on Instagram, and then it's gonna post on Instagram and Facebook. So next time you see my stories, you're probably gonna notice my Instagram and Facebook stories are the exact same most of the time, because that's how I do it, because I have 2 different audiences on 2 different social media platforms. Aw, thanks, girl. See, stories, I'm telling you, people learn so much through stories because it's more personable. It's not a yucky Facebook post with this many words that people have to read through. So really, really start to utilize stories. I can tell you that my sales increased when I started using stories. So if you haven't started using stories, go on there, play around with it. There's different options that you can do music, you can do polls. Really try to use those interactive things, because again, Instagram algorithms, if people are clicking on your stuff and voting on your polls, there's the option for multiple choice, and there's a blank box that they can type in. Really, the biggest way to learn is just to go in there and play. So are you posting stuff about Scentsy on your stories? Okay, so for content, that is where I say share your Starbucks drink. Share how much homework I have tonight. Share my glass of wine. Share my bubble bath. Share the new collection that just came out. So I'm sharing my whole life, and Scentsy is sprinkled in. Because again, we are more than just Scentsy. So if we go on and just share Scentsy, it's automatically salesy, and you know what people are gonna do? Swipe. They're never gonna watch your stories because they know it's always gonna be about Scentsy. But you gotta do a little mind game here. So I'm talking about how I'm so stressed about clinicals and blah, 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 but you know one thing that makes it better? Taking a bath with my Scentsy soak. It just makes me feel so much better. It's so calming, it smells so good. Well, now more people are listening because they were interested to hear about my clinical, and I just sprinkled my little Scentsy in right in there, true life, how I use it. But now they're listening instead of me being like, so this is Scentsy soak. It's really good for your skin. It smells really good. This is my favorite thing. So you have to learn, and I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but that's my mindset going in, is how can I associate Scentsy with what's going on in my life? Scentsy is a big part of my life, but it's not my whole life, and my story should reflect that. Again, only there for 24 hours, so it's not something that's permanent. So if you look really bad, it's okay, it'll go away soon. Some things that you can do. So how you can associate Scentsy in and do attraction marketing and benefit them. Show people how to change out their diffusers, especially cleaning. Not enough people clean out their diffusers. So that's that education piece of attraction marketing. People want to learn. Changing your wax. Showing people the cotton cleanup, showing people how to look at the bottom of their dish and see how many cubes they can put in. So that's the education piece. Showing how you're using the product. So that goes into me saying how Scentsy fits into my life, instead of me just marketing, hey, you should buy Scentsy soap. Because are you more willing to buy Scentsy soap when I tell you how I personally use it and love it, or because I just say you should buy it just because? No, you're more willing because you see how it can fit into someone's life and how it can benefit them. It's all about what's in it for them. So I kind of mentioned this, but on Instagram and Facebook, I'm not as familiar with Facebook stories as I am Instagram stories, because like I said, I just go on Instagram and then I hit that little toggle switch so it posts to Instagram and Facebook. You can add music, pictures, stickers, polls, so much. So make sure you're playing with those, because the more of that stuff that you play with and add on, the more Instagram likes you and is going to boost those algorithms. So that is a very short little piece of Instagram stories. I could do an entire training on Instagram stories, but that's just how I use it. I don't want to walk you through step by step, because social media should be you. You shouldn't be a copy and paste image of what I'm doing, because what I'm doing doesn't work for you, and what you're doing is not always going to work for me. So you have to go in and just play around with it. It's super awkward at first to just talk to your phone and be like, hey, I got this new blow drying brush and it looks great, and this is what happens during my lives. I constantly do this, but you know what? I post it because it's real. If I look too perfect, people are going to think that they can't do what I do. So I show my stumbling over my words, or how I hit my glasses all the time, or whatever. I did a live today, how to use essential oils. Yes, see? Awesome, that's amazing. So sharing, you're educating, and that's a big thing on stories. People want to know what's in it for them, so if you're sharing with how it could impact them, how it could change their life, then they're more willing to listen. Okay, 10 minutes. Whew. All right, apps. So I'm going to talk about some photo editing things, that kind of stuff, because this is just a big block of social media that I've just thrown in. But some apps that you can use, anything you use to make graphics. So I love Canva, so C-A-N-V-A. If you like Over, I've heard a lot of people like that, O-V-E-R, never used it, heard great things about it. Stacey Barringer uses it all the time and her graphics look great. WordSwag, it's how you can put text on pictures. So you can write all these apps down and you can download them and play around with them. There's a free version and a paid version of at least Over and Canva, I'm pretty sure. So you can absolutely do the free version and be successful with it. If there's some things that you like about the paid version and you want to pay for it, it is a tax write-off. So those are some graphics apps that I use. Someone told me that you can use Buffer for automatically posting to a business page or a group. I don't do that. I don't use any outside apps to schedule posts. I just go in directly to the group and schedule. I've heard of people doing that and things glitching and getting messed up, so that just scares me. Just easier for me to have less apps and do that. So again, pick one and get good at one app before you try to download all of them and be good at all of them, because that's what I did at first. I downloaded every single one and I tried to go in and do all these different things on all these different apps because this person used Over and this person used this. Well, then I found out that Canva works best with my brain, so I stuck with Canva from there on out. So you can download all of them and see which one works best for you, but don't try to get good at all of them. Get good at one, get the results that you want, and then add another. 4 apps. Everyone should have AMI, A-M-I. There is a paid version and there is a free version. I have the paid version. It is a tax write-off. It is the best online follow-up system for Scentsy. It connects directly to your workstation. It gives you little blurbs of follow-up things that you can text, email, whatever. Tells you when to follow up with who. You can track sampling. You can track so many different things. And my favorite way to use it is invoices. And I just recently started doing that, and it's been a game changer for my business. So again, I have the paid version because I wanted the invoice option. It's AMI, but there is a free version as well. Whenever you're thinking of calendar apps, so of course you can use the one on like your iPhone or Android or whatever to be organized. Someone said Jort, so J-O-R-T-E was one that a Scentsy leader recommended for a electronic version of a calendar. I'm old school, I like paper and pencil, and I love my Happy Planner. Very expensive planner, but it makes me happy and it's a tax write-off. So that's how I justify it. So last little snippet, and then I'm gonna wrap up, I promise. So whenever you're posting photos, I really emphasize using real life photos, not using white backgrounds, trying to put your face out there. So here's some general things to, someone that I follow is really good at social media, and she made a video about how she does all of her photos. So these are the things that I got directly from her, and she is very successful in this business. So If she's doing these things and are successful, then there's no reason we can't copy and move on. So with photos, main thing is you want to capture their attention because they're scrolling, they're clicking. A lot of people do it mindlessly and don't even realize what they're looking at. It's a way for people to decompress after work and they just scroll. So you have to catch their attention. A white background image won't do it. So if you're taking a photo, what are some things to keep in mind? A clean background. If I'm taking a picture of my warmer and there is mail and clutter and dirty dishes and my book bag and papers all behind it, people are going to focus on the clutter and not on the warmer. So you know what you do? Put the warmer there and you scoot everything out to the side so it's out of the frame of the photo. That's it. You don't have to put all that stuff away if you don't want to. But just make sure it's out of the photo because people are automatically going to associate a cluttered house, a dirty house with negative. No matter who they are, they will. So think of that when you're doing like bathroom cleaner stories. If there's a bunch of like hair and nasty grime in your shower, people aren't gonna be looking at what the Cincy bathroom cleaner is doing. They're gonna be looking at that. So yeah, you can show how it cleans it up, but make sure the background's not all dirty and gross because that's what they're gonna focus on. So again, clean background, move that crap to the side. Absolutely, you can use other people's photos. So if you don't have a warmer that you want to take a picture of, if you love the way that Brooke took this picture or Julie took this picture, steal their photos. That's just the underlying rule of Cincy. You have to be willing to share. Nobody's like trademarking their photos over here, so you can absolutely take other people's photos. Again, if you know who took it, go ahead and give them credit in the caption. You don't have to do that with me. It's not going to offend me if you use my picture. But if that's something that you took and you don't really know the person, give them credit. But you can absolutely share other people's photos. Nothing is off limits to share because everybody's here to help everyone else. When you're taking photos, lighting is key. So I'm not a photographer. I should have had my mom come on here and do this. Why am I talking about this? But whenever you're taking a photo, lighting is key. So natural light is the best. So whenever the sun is shining, right now would not be a great time to take a bunch of pictures because there's no natural light. So natural lighting is going to be best. So you're going to want to do it by a window, by a big open space outside. You can absolutely take pictures outside. Same, Robin. See? So we are all here to steal each other's photos. Moral of the story. Natural light. If you have an iPhone, you should be taking pictures on portrait mode. I do not have an Android. Maybe someone with an Android or those other phones can say whether or not that you guys have this. But on iPhones, it's called portrait mode, and it focuses on whatever you put it like in the center of the picture to focus, and it blurs out the background. So I'm sure that other phones have that too. I just know it's called portrait mode on the iPhone, and it seriously looks like professional pictures. So you should always be taking pictures in portrait mode. It just automatically makes the picture look 1,000 times better. Download Adobe Lightroom, and there's a free version, and you can just go in there and play. That's how people get really, really great photos. So that's how you get people to pay attention to your photos. If you have like photos that all mesh really well, there's this thing called presets. So that's going to be found. You can buy them on Pinterest. You can buy them. I'm really trying to talk fast. Okay. You can buy them different places. They can be like 99 cents. There's also free ones, but they're presets that will automatically adjust your picture to look a certain way. So if you like light and airy, if you like dark and mysterious, all that different stuff, you can buy presets. So whenever you put your photo into Lightroom, you literally click the button preset and it automatically puts like a filter on it. So then all your photos mesh well and they all look the same. So go in there, download Lightroom, and play around with that too. Like I said, presets, some are free. I got some on Etsy for literally less than $1, so don't pay a bunch of money for that. Okay, so big takeaways. Oh no, my phone's gonna die. All right, I gotta hurry. Okay, big takeaways. Pick and choose a few of these small things and start implementing. If you try to do every single thing I just said, you're going to be so overwhelmed. So you can't download every app. You can't start taking really great pictures. You can't start working on your stories. You can't start posting on your Facebook groups. You can't do all that stuff. Just don't, because you're gonna get overwhelmed and then you're just gonna quit because it's gonna be too much. So pick a few things and get really, really good at those few things and then add on. Okay, so biggest thing, start with sharing and not selling. That is my biggest point whenever I'm thinking of social media. Throw in those little snippets of Cincy, how it's affecting your life, and don't go on there and just sell to people. Share how it's important to you. Sarah Robbins is on YouTube, and she has some really, really great attraction marketing tips. So look her up on YouTube, do your research on attraction marketing. There are literally a bajillion more videos and tips. I literally just skimmed the surface with attraction marketing. So we really need to focus on that with social media, because that is the sharing aspect instead of selling. Get people to be attracted to you, and then worry about how you're gonna get the next sale, okay? So that was a lot in a little bit of time, and it's 8 o'clock. So tomorrow, or next week is all about habits, specifically healthy habits. So we're gonna dive deep into personal healthy habits, into business healthy habits. We're gonna focus on a lot of self-care, self-love, because PRV and sponsoring are great, but you have to take care of yourself before any of that is gonna happen. And those little habits for PRV, for sponsoring, all that kind of stuff will be sprinkled in during the weeks that is the topic. So if you have any habits that you're like, this literally changed my business, let me know, comment them, and I'll share those next week. Again, habits, social media for this week, few things. Don't try to do them all at once, because you absolutely will get overwhelmed. So before you leave, comment one thing that you're gonna start implementing this week, today, tonight, for your social media. What is one thing that you're gonna change? What's one thing you're gonna try? You have to comment that before you can sign off. I can't control when you sign off, just so you know. But I just wanna know that before everyone leaves. And we can go cheer on the Buckeyes, and I can finish all my stuff for my clinical. So let me know one thing that you're gonna change, one thing you're gonna implement, one thing you're gonna play with. Yes, Julie, do not. Do not. Okay, Robin's gonna work on pictures. Awesome. So download Lightroom, Robin. Play in, do you have an iPhone? If you have an iPhone, play in portrait mode. Consistently scheduling everything. Love it. So showing up every single day, having those posts scheduled, because consistency is key. I promise you, do not try to do everything. Jennifer's doing stories. Love it. I think it could really change your business. Stories of phone smells first. Love it. Sprinkled into everything else. Okay. Awesome. Julie's working on stories. Julie, you've like done a couple stories recently. I see the little notification. You're rocking it. Okay. I don't know who else is on here. Mom, what are you going to change? Just kidding. So if you have commented, you are absolutely more than welcome to hop off. Make sure you go and watch the Buckeyes. Make sure you stay tuned to this page, because this week I do want to do more. All right, Lynn, you have to decide before you can hop off. I do want to do more interactive posts. So I want to do more stuff throughout the week. There's not a lot that you really have to think about this week. You kind of just took your notes and you kind of know where you're going to go from here. So I really want this to be interactive this week. Bye, Julie. Work on consistently posting and sharing how. Yes, Rachel, I love that. How often do you post something in stories? So for me, I think, this is me personally, you should show up every single day, no matter what. Do I post every day? Absolutely not. I don't think I've posted today at all. So that's okay, but I'm gonna try to at least post something tonight. So at least once a day. On the weekends when I'm doing a bunch of stuff, I just post as I go. And I don't want your phone to consume your life, because that's a very fine line where people can just be obsessed with their phone and want to document everything all the time. But I do think that you should show up at least once every day in your stories. People are going to know that that's where you show up. You have that consistency component, and then you're really, really, really going to build a big community and a big business. Doing more lives, schedule posts, play with stories. All right, so Lynn, so doing lives is going to be kind of hit on throughout the week. So I wouldn't necessarily focus on that this week. I think that's something that you either do or you don't, just to be blunt. So just, you know, you can definitely figure out, okay, once a week I want to do lives. Definitely scheduling posts. I love that. And playing with stories. Playing is the best way. So I think scheduling posts and playing with your stories, definitely great options. I love you, Robin. So we'll hit on lives later too, because I know that's a big fear for some people. So definitely stay tuned to this page. I want you guys to do your own research this week on attraction marketing, on building a big business, on social media, all that kind of stuff, because there are so many resources. I absolutely cannot make a video in a reasonable amount of time to share with you guys. So, all right, awesome job, guys. I love all these ideas. If we're not Facebook friends, make sure you friend request me so I can watch you guys do this stuff. And then make sure we all add each other on Instagram too, so we can like drop our Instagram names. I don't have a Twitter, but if you guys want to follow each other on Twitter, any names like that, drop them below, because when we're on social media, those algorithms are so important, so we can absolutely be an extra like and comment for our fellow Cincy sisters to help boost their Facebook algorithms, okay? So make sure we're all supporting each other on social media. So stay tuned to this page throughout the week. I'm going to be posting more updates, and I'm going to go turn on the game. Thank you so much, everyone who watched. I'm sorry that was so much information thrown at you at once, but just know if you implement one thing and you get good at that one thing, your business will absolutely change on social media. All right, guys, I'll see you later.